have emotions as well. But I think it's mostly, hey guys, let's get together. Let's go to a sports grill and let's drink some beers and talk about who's gonna win the Super Bowl. I think that's... Welcome to another episode of Word in the Street with Sasha and
Tanya, your fabulous realtors.
Hey. So what's your topic today?
Well, my topic today, considering the up-and-coming holiday, Valentine's Day,
yeah.
Cupid. So I kind of wanted to ask you, Sasha, what do you and your husband traditionally do on Valentine's Day?
Honestly, nothing.
Nothing.
We do nothing. We really feel since the beginning of our relationship, we've always felt that Valentine's Day was very commercialized, another cliche, and all the fancy this and fancy that and big flowers and stuff for one day, or spending 2 to 3 hours waiting in line to get a table at a restaurant. So it was either the day before or the day after, we get a little cutesy. But really, it's throughout the year, honestly.
You express your love every day. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. Some way, somehow.
The message gets out there.
They
love each other, which is a beautiful thing. I think you're absolutely right when it comes to being in partnership. You should be showing love to each other every single day, and flowers shouldn't come just on Valentine's Day or candy or the dinner or whatever. It should be just like a regular
I'm
thing.
more of the spontaneous type. This is my love.
So you like surprises?
I love surprises.
That's amazing.
It might come off as surprising for some, even my husband. But
I hope you're watching.
I really do like surprises. I like the little gestures here and there. I'm not somebody who the expectation is not, you have to buy me fancy this or fancy that. I don't care for that. It's the little things. Maybe if you went grocery shopping today and you saw the flower guy on the street, you're like, let me buy $5 roses.
Yeah.
I love that,
Oh, absolutely.
I love that. The spontaneity is what I like.
Spontaneity.
That is my love.
I love that. I have to agree with you. I think spontaneity is good. But I can't help but think of all of the women that are big on the holiday. Yeah. Like in my case, I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day. I'm actually celebrating Galentine's Day.
Galentine's Day. What is that?
Yes. Galentine's Day is for gals. It is Googleable, you guys. So if you haven't heard of it, it is on Google. It is usually celebrated February the 13th. I will be celebrating it on February the 14th because that is the day me and my girlfriends decided to get together and really show ourselves love.
So is this just single women or is this...
Well... It could be a combination of both, but usually on February the 14th, most of the women that have a Valentine are not available.
Okay.
So this year in particular...
I guess that's why I've never heard of it. Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why. But we get together and it's dinner and drinks and desserts and there's stories. Some of them are spicy, while others are a lot more emotional, as I mentioned to you before. But it's a celebration. Okay. And it's a day of remembering that it's okay not to have, a Valentine's, that you can still have self-love and love for your friends and be there for each other, right? And it's nice. It's a nice time.
I'm so down for that.
It is. Yeah. I'm glad because we may be inviting you to the next one.
Oh, I am down to that.
Yeah, so
I don't celebrate it, so it's all good.
Right. No, absolutely. I like it. But I think that because when you have a couple, you don't really think about inviting friends that have a Valentine.
Exactly, because you know that they're going to be celebrating.
Yeah, we don't want to take you away from your significant other.
Count me in, guys.
There you go. But that said, as I think about being a Galentine, I can't help but wonder if men
celebrate
Like if men feel some type of way. Because some some women, I mean, I don't mean to put this out there this way, but I've been a Galentine for a while, so I'm good on Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? I'm really like, I'm hanging out with my girls. It's a great time. There's drinks, you know. Yeah, it would be nice to have a Valentine's, but I'd rather have a really good time with my friends versus being at home on Valentine's Day thinking about the fact that I could have been with a Valentine.
Exactly. Or you just broke up with your husband or your boyfriend.
Or remember. Right.
Oh, okay. You know what?
So I'm wondering, do men
get together, guys.
Right. Do men feel
do that? I mean, I would assume, right? They have emotions as well. But I think it's mostly, hey guys, let's get together. Let's go to a sports grill and let's drink some beers and talk about who's gonna win the Super Bowl. You know, I think that's more.
Or who won the Super Bowl?
Or who won the Super Bowl
this year?
I think that's how they get together. I don't think they're necessarily talking about the story. Or maybe, who knows? What do you guys talk about when you get together? I'm curious to know.
Yes, please comment. We would love to know how you feel about creating. Do you guys have like a Valentine?
A Valentine.
Like we have Galentine. Like, do you have like a Valentine? Is that like even like a thing? Google, if it's not, I called it. And is it even important? Do you even really care?
Right.
You know, so your comments and feedback are really, really appreciated.
Yeah. Let us know. We're curious.
And
very
also
curious.
Your best Valentine's Day stories and your worst. That's got to be interesting. That
I don't have any stories. I don't have any.
Yeah.
Do you?
I mean,
when you were married?
I was married, but that was 11 years.
11 years ago.
Yeah, 11 years. And while I've had relationships, guys, it's not that serious. I don't think they've ever lasted.
Really? Wow.
I mean,
but even what about when you were married? Did you guys do anything?
I mean, it was just we were together 20 years. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So there were, Valentine's, but just like you and your husband, it kind of became like a formality.
Yeah.
Versus like the real
surprise and the
Yeah. Yeah. So it kind of lost the it factor once we had like kids and the house and the dog and the picket fence.
Right. Or you've been together for so long, like you said,
it becomes secondary.
Exactly. Like brushing your teeth type of thing.
Right.
Maybe not that far, but yeah.
Well, you never know. My grandparents, after being married for like 60 years, like I swear they were like forever together. Their relationship dynamic changed. And that's another episode that I think we should kind of talk about, when it comes to like marriages and stuff like that, how the love dynamic sort of changes, the needs change. Because my grandparents became like brother and sister almost in the sense of he needed his little bed space and she needed her little bed space. They were great. They became companions.
Oh, okay.
And versus,
husband and wife.
Or lovers.
Right.
Yeah. So that's another
interesting.
Stay tuned.
That should be interesting.
Yes. And we'd love to interview.
Absolutely. If
couple.
You have a great couple.
Yes.
Don't ask me.
Listen, I don't have a clue. So don't ask me. It would be nice to interview, couples that have been married,
Well, newlyweds versus
25 plus
years and right?
Beyond. Yeah. Like how I don't know, would we be putting them on the spot?
Yes and no. But listen, word on the street, it's all about getting real.
Yeah, it's true. We do want this show to reflect everybody's point of view, right? And I think that's the beauty of what we're creating here.
Right. And we want it to be a safe space. This is going to be a safe space, even though we might not share the same views, but we respect each other's views. That is that is what it is at the end of the day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you know what? Our differences is what brings us together at the same time.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's another subject that we want to talk about next month when we cover, actually this month.
This month.
It is this month when as we cover Black History Month.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about all of these things and the importance of valuing ourselves and our cultures and the African American heritage and community that we love so much.
Absolutely. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that. So this was Word on the Street.
Word on the Street with
and Tanya, your fabulous realtors. See you next time. Bye.